Cabeza.
Hombro, joelho y pie. Cabeza, 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 hombro, joelho y pie.
She's made for TV.
She is, man. She's a natural. Look at her. Yeah, Gigi. Tell him, Gigi. Tell him, Gigi. Get him, Gigi. Get him. Get him, Gigi.
What a way to start the Triple C and Schmo show, huh, Triple C?
Oh, man, this is the best way to start every morning, honestly. You know, it's different now, Schmo. It's different now when you're a daddy. Man. The love, the priorities, the diapers, all of the above. But that being said, Schmo, let's get this ball rolling because time is money and money is time.
We go from UFC 274 to this. Now you're trying to go back to UFC 274?
Yeah. Oh, man.
What a life. She's made for this. You're made for this.
Yeah,
Not even a year old and she's made for this.
Yeah, tell him, Juji. Tell him. Tell him, Juji. Cabeza. 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 Hombro, joelho y pie. Yeah, she's not gonna let go of that mic. You thought Triple C could ball hog
No,
that mic, dude.
She's got a grip. She's got a grip. She's ready for action. Well, Triple C, here we are. This is where the Schmo's going to start. Let's roll this clip.
All right, this is what we're gonna do, man. You know, this is the hooks game. So right here, I have a shot full of to kill you. You know what I'm saying? So as you continue to, as you get the hook inside the, as you get the ring inside the hook, you're gonna advance. So every time you make it in there, you advance. So by the time I get X amount, you know, I get off the board, dude. You know,
right,
you're gonna take that shot, dude.
Bring that shit. Can we play for the
So
Olympic gold medal?
so you're pretty. I don't know about all that, dude.
Let's play for that Olympic gold medal. You know, I lost.
All right, ready? Let's go. I just got this today too. That's fine.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
You're not supposed to do it like that, Al said.
It's on the touch, dude. There's two, baby. Come on, DC, dude.
Wait.
Who's the greatest double champ? That's three now.
Wait.
Take that shot.
Bro.
Take that shot. Take it. Oh. There you have it, man. You guys stay tuned. Hooks, baby. We taking over.
You actually going to make a game that you know you're going to win it.
You have the enemy in the house. You invited him over. You beat the Schmo to doing it with you, to give it to DC. Shout out to him, Hall of Famer. Well deserved, by the way. Shout out to you, DC. You deserved that. But you had Aljamain Sterling there playing that game.
Yeah. No, it was. It's a game that I'm actually gonna be. If everything goes right, I'm gonna be part owner of it. So it's a game called hooks. And what you do is you put that ring inside, inside of this hook. So it's like in a T shape. So as you swing it, it's pretty cool, man, because it's to show that helps build relationships with people. So whether it's a drinking game, whatever it is, I had a chance to play with DC, and as you can see there, I'm taking him out.
And what's the relationship you build with Aljamain Sterling?
Oh, Aljamain Sterling is still Aljamain. That doesn't change. You know what I'm saying? So it's a strictly business. Like, I still plan on burying the dude, and it doesn't change, man. I can be nice to you, but when you lock that cage, man, he's in trouble.
So you firmly believe you're going to be fighting this man? You invited him over? I'm not going to go as far and say you broke bread with him. Maybe you did. Maybe a glass or two of fine wine. But he's enemy. You going to be fighting this guy? By the way, you can hold this too, by the way. I mean,
you know what, Schmo? I probably did. I probably did more than probably what I should have. But all this stuff happened in the split decision. Like, it was just all of a sudden Cormier talked to Ali. And then they were like, oh, let's do a video. And then he's like, no. Bring him over. You know, do a FaceTime. So then DC, oh, man, I would love that. He started, like, kind of hyping it up. And then 2 hours later, the dude was at my house, sitting on this couch, which I had to disinfect.
Oh, of course, you certainly do. And welcome back to the Triple C and Schmo Show. I'm the Schmo, Olympic gold medalist, the champ, on his comeback, twice now tested by USADA, Henry Cejudo.
Yeah, it sucks, Schmo. They came in. Oh man, yesterday must have been like the busiest day of my life. To not even lie, I didn't sleep good. I trained here with Dan Iga here in the back of my house. He pretty much got sunburned, and then we happened to order fettuccine Alfredo, and then 30 minutes later, dude, I had to get ready and try to sleep, and then go to the autograph session for 2 damn hours. I was signing autographs, man, and then the fights, and then an after party afterwards. Anyways, that shit was hard.
Well, welcome to living. By the way, fettuccine Alfredo, comeback diet on point, must say. The Schmo just came from Michael Chandler's place. We can't touch our phone, by the way, because you took our phone into the bathroom to talk to our producer and go over notes before we started. But the Schmo was just with Iron Michael Chandler, who Dana White said yesterday in the post-fight press conference, the most vicious knockout he's ever seen. And, yeah. But before we get to Chandler, let's talk about a gold medal moment right here. Let's talk about the champions. Let's talk about Charles Oliveira, and we'll get to Rose and Carla Esparza as well.
Yeah. No.
Let's talk Oliveira and Gaethje.
Yeah, I am so okay. So yeah, there's no way we could ever give that fight to that gold medal moment to Carla Esparza and Rose Namajunas, because that was absolutely terrible. It reminded me of like 2 people trying to do capoeira where they literally weren't hitting each other. The worst fight in UFC history, not even a championship fight, the worst fight in UFC history.
What about the OSP fight in Shogun? That was boring, but we're forgetting about how boring that was because of this championship fight.
No, of course, but at least OSP was kicking his stomach. At least Shogun was doing something. But the problem is, Schmo, is when you respect your opponent too much, dude, like you don't put respect on your name.
You think Rose respected Carla too much there, Triple C?
Yes. And like I said before, man, like with Weili coming in and her, she's going to be moving out to Arizona, man. So with her coming out here and then being at Fight Ready full time, man, you can put anybody in front of that girl. I promise you, man. Her wrestling's going to get better because I only dealt with her for 7 weeks. I imposed my philosophy, my training regiments with her, and I think it's just a matter of time before, you know, you are going to be hearing "and" from Zhang Weili, because the winner of Joanna and Weili needs to fight for the championship. Rose, you just don't deserve a rematch like that. That was so horrible, dude. You can't do that to you can't do that to my fans in Phoenix. I brought my wife over there. She was excited to see it, and yeah, for what?
Well, Dana White did confirm #1 contender fight would be Weili, Joanna 2. Well-deserved. We understand it. It's an interesting situation, but let's talk about the championship that wasn't a championship because there's a vacancy in the lightweight strap because Charles Oliveira in the whole scale situation, 155.5. The Schmo caught up with John Anik that day. We talked about it. There seemed to have been some sort of confusion the night before with the calibrations, and it wasn't fixed till the same day, 6 a.m. Interesting situation. Never seen it before. First time in UFC history. Champion doesn't make weight. So he beats Gaethje. And what's your overall thoughts on it all?
I think he's a big boy. If you see Charles the Bronx, he's a big boy for 155 pounds. You know, I think he might have 1 fight left at 155 pounds, and I think he goes up. I think when your body just wants to shit down, especially for a championship fight, you know he's dedicated. You know he's doing things right. There just comes a point, like even when I was making Flyweight, it was just absolutely miserable. Doesn't matter how good your diet was. It's just tough, and I think as you get older, you want to enjoy the sport more. It's the same reason why I wouldn't mind going to 145 pounds, because I feel like the crack and the sting would be there for me too.
You got the dad bod strength now, too, especially with the fettuccine Alfredo. But Du Bronx used to fight at 145 and going up to 155. Imagine that. 145, 155. You're suggesting 170. But anyways.
Honestly, I think 170 would be perfect for him. I really do.
But he's been not killing, but he's been beating all the killers. He's been just destructing them. Look at what he's done. I'm going to say his name. I'm going to say what he did to Kevin Lee. I'm going to say what he just did to Tony Ferguson. I'm going to say what he's done to Dustin Poirier, now to Justin Gaethje. It's super impressive, this guy, Charles Oliveira. Undeniable.
No, heck yeah. Oh, heck yeah, he is, man. He's a future Hall of Famer. Most submissions in UFC history.
Yes.
Most bonuses, I believe, in UFC history.
I believe it's the most finishes and most submission victories. Is those two for sure.
He's special, but the guy that you really got to test him with and who's next for him has to be Islam. If the UFC wants to do what's right, it's not his fault that Dariush got hurt or whatever.
Well, let's say this, though. The Schmo asked Michael Chandler, and we've seen him before, but he asked Michael Chandler who's most deserving in the post-fight press conference, and Beneil makes a compelling argument. 7-fight win streak. At least he's beaten someone in the top 10. Not saying who deserves what here, but Dana White did say he wanted to see the rematch between Dariush and Islam. Joe Rogan's trying to talk him out of it to get Islam to fight Charles Oliveira, but you're advocating for a guy who's never fought someone in the top 10 to get a title shot?
Yeah, because people have been dodging him. Because nobody wants to fight Islam, and that's not his fault. I mean, he's tried to fight the top contenders, and they all kind of tested back out. The only thing I will say about Islam that kind of upsets me a little bit is the fact what happened with Rafael dos Anjos. Like, I mean, don't throw his name out there if you're really not gonna fight him. Yeah. And I'm super impressed with Rafael dos Anjos. That dude is so good. But they even talk about Alexander going up 255 pounds. And I'm just like, man, Alexander Volkanovski wouldn't beat any of those top fivers. He wouldn't get past Dos Anjos. He wouldn't get past Islam. He wouldn't get past a lot of these dudes. So I just think there's a lot of talent at 155, but I do feel like Islam should be next for that title.
Well, the Schmo can say with confidence, had Islam Makhachev stepped up to fight RDA, it wasn't a situation, like we just saw. I mean, he beat Bobby Green. That's who he beat, and that would be the last fight before getting a title fight. But if he would have stepped up and fought RDA, undeniable. Islam Makhachev, put the resume out there. He's deserving to fight next to the title. Just don't want to overthrow Beneil Dariush. It's a situation you can't control. Yeah. Come on, man.
No, of course. And this is what I will say about like Russian fighters is like their journey to them is like important. Their name, their stature, the perfection is golden to them. You know what I'm saying? And I just think they take every fight very personal, and they typically don't take, last minute fights and things like that. So Islam should have probably never opened his mouth for that reason. He may not get the next title shot.
Wow. Well,
even though in my eyes he should be next, because Khabib is right. 10-fight win streak versus an 11-fight win streak. With the whole Khabib thing, the Khabib's prodigy. I mean, there's a story there. Winner of that fight fights McGregor.
Well, let's get to McGregor and let's talk about the silver medal moment. Let's do this right here. It's going to be.
This is a silver Schmo.
It's not silver, but we're pretending. Of course, we're pretending. It's the only other medal we have. What is this one, by the way?
I don't know. I think I won nationals or something.
Yeah. So we got now. It's good. We're going to call it silver. By the way, it is the leading candidate for knockout of the year. That front kick knockout from Iron Michael Chandler over Tony Ferguson, and then he gets on the mic, not sure what was better in the Schmoment watching live, the front kick or the promo at the end. He even calls out Conor McGregor, 170 pounds. He wants the rematch from the winner of Gaethje and Oliveira, and then that means it's a rematch for Oliveira. So with that said, what's next for Michael Chandler? And let's get to Conor McGregor, because also Oliveira called him out. Chandler called him out. We could talk about McGregor too.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot, dude. The problem is Chandler had a shot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even though he had that good, vicious knockout, he lost to Gaethje his fight before. That's just the way I see it, Schmo. So there's a lot, man. And I think at the end of the day, man, the golden rule, man. The guy with the gold makes the rules. And no
one's got the gold technically.
No, but what I'm talking about, Dana White has the gold. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there is a lightweight champion. The champion is the Schmo's getting this wrong. Let's do this right. Let's do him due diligence. The champion has a name, and his name is Charles Oliveira. We heard that on repeat this past weekend. And he didn't technically lose the belt. Semantics, whatever. Not an advocate of missing weight, but there's a vacancy here. Anything can happen. Conor McGregor, because of this situation, he's the one who benefited the most. Money sells, pay-per-views, all that stuff. There's no one clear-cut deserving. You're saying it's Islam. If he fights Beneil, that's going to leave time. It's just a lot of craziness.
Yeah, it is. It's ridiculous, but they got to do something. And Charles the Bronx, he's been fighting everybody. And he's been fighting periodically, so I respect that. But going back to the weight cut with Charles the Bronx, this is his 5th time missing weight. You know what I'm saying? Like, what happens, Schmo, because it's happened to me. I missed weight 3 times, man. What happens when you miss weight, man, your body hits at a certain point and it starts to have like those contractions where you start feeling like the numbing of your feet, like your hands, like it's shocking, like your intestines cramping. Like it's people don't know this, but this shit's bad.
Well, but what about the fact that let's say you go down and let's say the scale's off by a pound or two, right? You go down the night before and it's 3 pounds, and then it's 1 pound, and then you wake up in the morning, it's 3 pounds. The adrenaline dump, the cortisol going up, it won't allow you to sweat. You get nervous, man. You start freaking out. That could play a factor too.
It could, man, and that's like, to me, that's like ironic, man. Like if that is what happened, dude, then you gotta free Charles Oliveira, man, because a half a pound, guys, is a lot of weight, a lot of weight. It's not the 0.5. It's what do you gotta do to strip down that 0.5? People cut their hairs. I've heard of people trying to get their colon cleansed, like a bunch of X, Y, and Z, so that you have to do in order for you to cut the weight. So I think Charles LeBron I think he has maybe one more fight in there, and he has to be as strict as he possibly can, and then challenge, and then I think he has the ability to go up to 170 pounds, and have a better probability against the Kamaru Usman than Alexander Volkanovski going up to 55.
Let me challenge you with this question. One question right here: who does he have a better chance against winning, Charles Oliveira? Usman at 170 or Makhachev at 155?
Yeah, Makhachev because of the weight. You know what I'm saying? Usman's a big dude.
Just testing you with that question.
Yeah, no, Kamaru's a big dude, and keep in mind though too, man. Anybody that comes from the wrestling school and has wrestled at the Olympic Training Center, there's a high level of wrestling, man, that is brought forth to the table. That's vicious. Like they understand the grind. So he's bigger, he's taller, and that's the way I see it.
Okay.
He definitely has a better chance with this one.
Let's wrap up silver medal on this. Who should Michael Chandler be fighting next?
I think Michael Chandler should fight. Damn, that's a good one. Name some of the prospects.
Dustin Poirier is potential right there.
Exactly. Dustin Poirier.
Or Conor McGregor at 170.
No, I think Conor needs a bigger name than Michael Chandler. I really do. You know, I think Conor McGregor could have the opportunity and the ability to fight for a bout at 55 and 70.
Oh, well.
These guys are calling him out.
They are.
And typically, I know when I was a champion, I had my bouts. I called out freaking Jose Baldo, and I got him. After he got done, I was like, you know what? You better stay in line, Dominic Cruz. I got Dominic Cruz. Like, you know what I mean?
We hear you, Triple C.
It's the leverage that the champion has, and especially if you're able to create that storyline with the UFC, is what's going to more likely give it to you.
Let's go to the bronze medal moment. The Schmo's out of medals here. He's got them. There's 2, 3. Canelo Alvarez. He went up a weight. He lost, man. No risk it for the biscuit, or you got to risk it for the biscuit. No biscuit indeed. But Canelo Alvarez, 115 to 113. It was not that close. The Schmo thought it'd be when we saw the highlights because we're watching UFC. We were both there in person, but we thought, and everyone was saying it was a lot of more disparity, man. Canelo loses.
Yeah, but what did you think? Did Canelo lose, or you think Bivol beat him by a higher
score, like a 118, 110?
Oh, damn, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have to rewatch that fight. Actually, I was at the UFC fight, so I'm going to be honest with you guys. I didn't watch it. But
we both didn't watch it. We're both at the UFC fight.
But I did see the highlights.
Highlights.
And the highlights, it seems like Bivol, his composure and his defense is what won on that fight. Because if you don't open up with Canelo, man, you can stretch him out for 12 rounds. But once you start fighting him, you start to exchange. It's that's when Canelo kind of gets off.
And now Bivol needs to go down to 168 and challenge Canelo there for his belts, man. Only right. Let's go.
I don't think he can make 168.
Let's see it.
Did he say that?
I don't know. It just came off the top of the schnoggin.
I like that, but the one thing is for sure that I will tell you about Canelo, and I saw this with the Triple G fight 1. I feel like he lost that first fight. It was a draw, whatever. He came back that second fight, and he handled Triple G. So what I'm saying is Canelo has the ability to make these adjustments and find the right, tactical game plan to beat this dude. So I still have faith on Canelo, and I think Canelo will come back and right that wrong.
And fight who? The guy you called out to train last week? Jake Paul? 3 years from now, Jake Paul beats that guy? That's what he says, man. Puts it on his mother's life, he said.
He must not like his mother. But no, I'm talking about. I think he comes back and beats Bivol. I think we're probably 6 months away from seeing him fight. If not, more likely you'll probably see Canelo fight in September for Mexican Independence Day.
That's right, man. He's a legend, just like them all. Let's go to this weekend's top schmoment. Got to go to the Rawdog, Brandon Royval. Always an exciting fight for the guy. Number 6 guy beats Pat Schnell. Then he's calling for a title shot. Maybe he needs 1 or 2 more wins away for that. Interesting situation there. But Rawdog Royval, you thought he was going to lose it. You got Schnell going for the guillotine. Then he's the one who ends up getting the guillotine. Outstanding stuff. $50K bonus to him. He gets the top schmoment of this past weekend, UFC 274.
Yeah, Brandon's sneaky, man. Brandon's really, really sneaky. I thought even when he fought Moreno, I thought Brandon was doing a really good job before he dislocated his shoulder. I thought he was winning that fight, honestly. And yeah, he's about a couple fights away from fighting the title. I think more like he probably needs to fight Kara France, or he needs to fight Alexander Pantoja. And I'll be honest with you, man, I don't think he beats either one of those dudes. I think Pantoja already beat him, actually. And I don't think he and I like to see him and Kara France.
Well, way to poop on the schmoment right there. We're just talking about the 50 G's, baby. Let's go. Enjoy it. Rawdog, man.
I'll tell you what, man, he gave a good promo. I mean, that's what it's all about. Some of these fighters are starting to get it now, that it's all about what you say after you win.
That's right, Triple C. Now that wraps up a great edition of the Triple C and Schmo Show in person the day after UFC 274. There it is. Make sure you subscribe, you watch, you listen wherever you get your podcasts. And what do you got to say, Triple C?
I just want to say, man, happy Mother's Day to all the mamas. Coming from a single parent home, it's been absolutely awesome getting a chance to celebrate Mother's Day with my wife here, my baby. It's special, man. And we're working on this Sunday. How about that, Schmo?
We're always working, Triple C. We got to bring the content to the people. This has to come out on Monday. What's your name?
I am Triple C.
I am the Schmo. We always deliver, and we are